Welcome to yet another episode of Leverage by the Bob Africa. As usual, my name is William Donofaya, and I'm your host for today. And today we have the founder of MyStash Africa, Christiana Okere. Christiana, how are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you.
It's absolutely nice to have you. So today we're going to talk about just a bit about yourself, your company, and some of the goals that you set up in the company. So Christiana, tell us a bit about yourself. How did you get to become a founder?
All right, so we are actually four co-founders. So yes, I'm co-founder of MyStash, and prior to MyStash, in fact, I didn't even see myself starting a fintech company to start with. So let me just backpedal a bit. So prior to MyStash, I was in the non-profit space.
Okay.
Yes, I worked in the Northeast for a while. Projects run by USAID,
Okay.
UNHCR, projects aimed at educating and rehabilitating victims of the conflicts in Northeast Nigeria. So I worked in that space for a while, and then after a while, I began a food processing company. I was inspired to begin that and ran that for a while, and then while I was running that company, it got to a point where I had to develop a site for my food processing company. So when I was doing that, that was when I stumbled upon the tech space and, what coding is all about, what design is all about and all that. So during that period, I had the chance to go and get training in design, front end and all that, just a brief training. And then from there, as God would have it, I got into a program called NUTM.
Okay.
Yes. So NUTM stands for the Nigerian University of Tech and Management. It's a 1-year fellowship here in Lagos.
Okay.
And that was where I met my co-founders actually.
Okay.
So it's a school, but it's a non-conventional school. They bring 60 Africans from all over Africa.
Okay.
And then you form teams and build businesses.
Okay.
So that's been my career journey and, how I came to.
So MyStash started was sort of a pet project at the NUTM that evolved into full-fledged business.
Exactly.
Oh, wow, that's pretty interesting. So now I was even going to ask how I started, but now you've answered. So it's very interesting that you went from being in the non-profit space, dealing with victims and IDPs and all that. Then you moved on to food processing. Then you discovered tech. You went on to front end, back end. Then you moved to NUTM, where you met your co-founders, and then you turned your pets project into MyStash. So that's a very unconventional journey. The funny decisions out. So just tell us a bit about MyStash, what it's all about, the products that you have, and what you aim to achieve with MyStash.
So MyStash. So when we began around 2021, our core product was a save as you spend product. So our aim was to make savings a more seamless thing for young people, because as young people we ourselves have experienced with the struggles of saving money, and finance management was just something we struggle with as individuals. So we thought, why don't we create something that makes savings part of our lifestyle, that plugs savings into our lifestyle. And that was how we came up with the concept of save as you spend. So every time you spend money, automatically you save a percentage that you fixed. So it's like paying tax to yourself, right? So that was the initial concept. From then, that worked for a while, and that was how we grew our initial few thousand customers. And then we also included save as you earn. So we have 3 core products right now. We have the save as you intend products. So it's a mobile app on Play Store, on Google Play Store, Apple Store. What you do is you fix an amount, and the app can save the amount on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis in Naira or in dollars.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we also have a second product called Save Check.
Mm-hmm.
So Save Check is aimed at 9 to 5 as people who work in companies, employees. You can save from point of payroll. So we work with the company so that employees can fix a percentage to be saved automatically from point of payroll in naira or in dollars. And we also have the profits product, which is tailored towards SMEs. So as a business owner, you can fix a percentage to be saved on every single sale you make in naira or in dollars. Those are our three core products.
That's very interesting. So, being in the savings and financial space, have you noticed a trend among of savings among young Nigerians? Are they trying to save more, or they feel like their income is not enough for them to save for a rainy day, so they just spend it all?
I mean, we're all different, right? People are different. There are those who feel that they don't make enough to save, and there are those who really, really want to save, even though they make very little. So what we tell young people is, no matter how small you earn, just save something, because saving is a habit that develops, from when you have small. If you don't start when you have small, when you have much, you will not automatically develop that habit to
When you have much or
exactly. So yeah, we have different kind of people when it comes to that.
Okay. So when you're looking for companies to approach for the save that you earn, and any specific companies in any specific sectors that you look at, where it's just a free for all of, you're trying to get everyone involved in save that you earn.
So in the beginning, right, we assumed, or from our initial observations, we felt that mostly tech companies would get this, people who are our fellow tech bros and Cs would get this concept and they'll vibe with it. But as we progress, we realized that even people who work with the government want to plug into this, and people who work in non-tech ecosystems want to plug into this saving from point of payroll in naira or in dollars. So we said, why not? So we took it all over, and yeah, so far so good.
So how easy has it been to acquire users to your platform? Because when anyone hears of saving, especially in naira and dollars, the first thing that comes to their mind is PiggyVest or Cowrywise. So they already have years on you, and it builds that brand name. And we will see that even with that reputable brand name that they've actually built, some bad actors from time to time still spread rumors that PiggyVest did this to my money, even though it's not true. So how has that put any customers off joining your platform, or you just be seeing steady growth in your users since you launched?
I think the fact that we've had this predecessors, PiggyVest, Cowrywise, has actually helped us.
So that's opening the door.
Yes, because people are familiar with savings, automated savings, and people are not very familiar with saving in dollars automated, like in an automatic manner. They're not very familiar with that, and that's one thing that we encourage our customers to do. You can save in naira, that's really good, but if you can, save a portion in dollars. So having these people who have come before us, these companies, has really helped us to even be able to gain a ground in the market and acquire customers. And yeah.
Then for the SME portion of your business, that's the profits part. Have you noticed have more SMEs been trying to do that? Because you said that you can wait on every sale you make, you can create pockets of savings. So you want to save you want to save basically 10% as your profit, or you want to have 5% towards rent. I mean, it's just that SMEs have seen that, okay, this is actually something very useful for us that we actually like to get to use this point.
Yeah, and they even tell us that, they haven't seen any product that does saving in this manner where they can create these pockets and save towards different needs in their business. So we think it's an interesting, approach, and they like it. In fact, we have SMEs who want to refer their fellow business, people to come on board, and they're asking for commissions. Sometimes they do, but they don't ask for commissions sometimes. So they want to do it for free, and so yeah, it's quite encouraging to see that the concept is being accepted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of collaborating and building partnerships, how is that doing for you? So let's say I'm a business and I'm looking for other benefits to give to my staff in terms of, aside from the usual paid time off, leave allowance and all these things. If you then come to pitch to me, why should you enroll in MyStash, say what you earn for your employees? What would be your top 3 reasons as to why exactly you would like me to partner with you?
So how we approach businesses, or how we approach companies to get them to encourage the employees to plug into the safe check product is that first, it was about the whole savings in dollar benefits. And so your employees earn in Naira, right? Sometimes they may have things to do spending in dollars.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you save in dollars in MyStash, you can actually spend from your wallet in MyStash from there to wherever you want to pay or, send money to. You can do that on MyStash. Also, when you look at inflation rate so far, the Naira has really been losing value for a while now. And if you look at the trajectory of the dollars over a long period, it has been
Stable.
Stable or increasing in value. So we tell employers to make their employees see that there's value in saving for the long term in dollars. For example, if you look at our parents' relations who have gotten their graduating or a pension, if you think about it, if that pension was, or some of it was kept in dollars over 30 years, 20 years, imagine how much more value they've gotten. So we always help them see the value side of things. When it comes to money, what matters is the value, what can money buy, right? So when you keep your money in a more stable form, like the dollar, it's actually better than keeping. If it's a long-term thing, better keeps in dollars than in there. I think we encourage to.
Okay, so what is your opinion on in Nigeria, especially of the dollar bill is store of value? How do you feel about that? That most people, the first thing that they want to invest in is when they get some forward is they want to change it. They want to change that Naira to dollar because the Naira is so poor, and then they have and because they call tomorrow, that the dollar is now Naira to dollar is now 1,200 Naira. So what exactly is your opinion on that?
It's what we find ourselves in, right? And in fact, we found that for most people, prior to us preaching the dollar message, when they want to, safeguard their money or protect whatever they want, they go and invest in real estate or, find different investment classes, safe things, safe, low risk, investment classes to invest in. So now that we are preaching the dollar message, they say, okay, let's try that and see how it goes. And actually, we encourage that if you can keep a portion, not everything, of course, a portion of your money in dollars for the long term, with values is somewhat assured.
Okay. So I know currently MyStash is available in Nigeria, but I am sure that you're now looking to expand to other African countries. So what has that been like for you, and what countries are you looking to expand to first, aside from Nigeria?
Okay, so we are in Nigeria. We are registered in Ghana, but we haven't been operations there yet.
Okay.
We are also Delaware Incorporated. So we definitely plan to expand in the coming years. And we know that we will face challenges, but we're up for the task. But for now, we only in Nigeria want to really, build our food strongly in Nigeria before expanding to other parts of Africa.
Okay. So just in line with an expansion, what is it like for you being part of the founding team of a company that in the fintech space that has to deal with new quote unquote circulars from the CBN of you cannot wait for one morning and hear that your business is in danger of breaking law that the CBN has quoted. How is that like for you, or how have you dealt with this situation so far?
Yeah, when it's inevitable, right? Once you're in the particularly fintech space, we face that a lot here in Nigeria, maybe even beyond, but more so here in Nigeria. I think what matters is just, make sure you're crossing your T's and dotting your I's at every single step. Make sure you're checking all the compliance, compliance needs and keeping ahead of, things. Just make sure. That's what we always do at MyStash. As founders, we are always looking out for. Are we breaking a rule? Might even break a rule. Just checking for any loopholes that may cause. So yeah, that's really it.
So I'm sure it must be a bit of a headache. There's also the ones being that this week CBN doesn't bring out any sectors
of the process is the hustle. So yes,
absolutely. Kudos to you. So how exactly do you think MyStash has contributed to the financial development of within Nigeria, because you've not created an avenue for them to see a portion of their income in dollars or in naira, or you also created an avenue for them to just see the portion of whatever they spend. You're trying to help people plan for the long term. So that's essentially what saving means. You're planning for the long term. So how exactly that MyStash has contributed to the financial literacy of the younger generation in Nigeria?
I think, and I believe, and I have seen that we have really we really helped a lot of people through struggling with savings, and who didn't know about what are kind of savings aside naira savings. Even the approach we introduced, save as you spend, the approach for SMEs to just save a portion of their earnings. These are all new approaches, and people have embraced them and are benefiting from them. So yes, at Econ we have based on customer feedback and all of that, we have made some very strong impact in the space.
So then, in terms of financial literacy, what are you at MyStash then trying to continue to preach that message? Do you organize conferences, webinars, whereby just aside from people using MyStash, we're trying to create financial awareness and financial literacy for Nigeria?
Definitely. In fact, at some point we had a free what do I call it now? Do I call it classes or free webinars, or not webinars, but free
Master classes?
Master classes, yes, where we offered ladies or more ladies. That's good. It was a women's celebration month, I think. So we offered ladies free trainings in Web3 topics, in different tech aspects, free trainings for a few weeks. And I feel that's a way to create impact besides, impacting our customers directly. So yes, I know that.
Okay, so now back to MyStash and its product. What's new innovative product aside from the three that you've mentioned? Do you plan on introducing in the near future?
Of course, I would not reveal. I'm not sure if I should have said it.
It's been here and there.
Yeah, I mean, in the coming months, years, we plan to launch a few more innovative products, and these have been inspired from our current customers. We're always listening for customer feedback, even though, of course, some customers may not be right all the time, but it's good to always listen. So we're always listening for feedback, and these are what we've heard and customers complain or ask for or talk about or mention. We plan to roll out a few more innovative stuff, which I would not reveal. So watch out for all of that. So yeah.
Okay, that's good. So where do you see MyStash being in the next 3 to 5 years? Because your business is already 2 years old. I'm sure to you that feels like 10 years. Being on funding too, probably feels like about 10 years old. But where do you see MyStash being in the next 3 to 5 years? And what are your goals? When defining to what are the goals and objectives for MyStash in the next 3 to 5 years?
So the goal is to keep innovating, first of all, because if you don't innovate, you die. So to keep innovating, building stuff that suits the markets we currently serve, and of course grow from that. Because once you're building stuff the customer needs, of course, it would grow. So to grow our numbers, grow our user base, our customer base, and that would of course translate to more revenue and profitability important. So yes.
Okay, great. So as we begin to round up, do you have any partners for anyone that might be listening that is trying to found their own business, or a young Nigerian that is thinking of how they can better their lives through saving and investments? Just anything, any partners.
Okay, so 2 parts. You mentioned those who want to save and invest, and those who want to start companies. That 2 different people.
Yeah,
can be the same, but So for those who want to save and invest, why not? Please, there's no I don't know what else to say, but why not? There's no time like now, so please, as soon as possible, go on to MyStash, check for, go onto the Play Store or the App Store, check for the MyStash app, download, begin to save, begin to invest and all of that. And for those who want to begin companies, that's a whole different ballgame. So brace yourself. Make sure that what you're trying to address, the issue you want to solve, something you're passionate about. Of course, you're going to have lots of sleepless nights. So get ready for that. And yeah, just be passionate about your problem and work hard and get the best people to join you. If you want to go alone, fine. If you want to go with people, get the best people to join you, and all the best.
Well, as you've heard from Christiana, it's imperative that you begin to save, because you're not doing it for today, you're doing it for the future and for your family in the future. So I think that's probably the most important lesson that you can pick from this interview today. So thank you very much, Christiana, for joining us. It was a pleasure having you, and we're always here to support MyStash and all the good work it's doing. So to all of you that are watching this, you can always like, share, subscribe this video. I thank you very much for joining us here today.
Hello, my name is Christiana Okere. I'm the co-founder of MyStash, and I've just been leveraged.